Yo, once again, welcome back. We are here to relax. I'm 34 years old, single, jobless, and always lonely. So here's the question: what have led to this state in your life? You are 34 years old. You have no friends. You have nobody. You're always by yourself. Jobless at the same time. Is it your dreams? Is it your choices? Because I believe choices have consequences. So let's see how this video is about to go. All right.
If you count the past 2 years, I've been
Dang! I didn't believe I'm going to say some cake right now, baby. But let's move on.
unemployed for an entire year. And I've been single for 6 years. And I spend about 6 out of 7 days a week completely alone. Looking around at my life, I'm like, am I a loser? Now, loserdom is pretty subjective. Loserdom? Loserhood? By my own standards that I set for myself, it feels that way. I am 34 years old, single, jobless, and I feel like I have no friends. How did I end up here? What's up? Welcome to my channel, Bree the Womannequin. I am Bree. In my entire life, I have seriously dated two guys. And those, no, now is not the time. I've been trying to record this video for forever, and now is the time she decides she wants to have night terrors. Those two relationships combined lasted a total for 2.5 years. So for 34 years of my life, I've spent 2.5 years in a relationship. It's funny because when I was 20 years old, I told my best friend at the time, who was a gay man, I assume he's still a gay man. I told him at the time, if I didn't have kids by the time I was 28, I would be a surrogate for him. 28 has come and gone by 6 years, and I still don't have any kids, surrogate or otherwise. Last year in January, I told myself, if I haven't met anybody by April, that's it. I'm giving up. I'm not looking anymore. And at that point, I had been single for 4 years.
So you made a point in your life. You give yourself a time limit. After April, you have no mate, no one. You give up altogether until now. 4 years down the line, you are still single. But here is my take on this. No, here I want to ask a question. Have you actively tried to meet people? Because if you look at her, she's a very young. No, she's a very beautiful lady. She's not ugly. She's beautiful. She's all right. So why are you still single? Because right now, well, maybe you said you had two serious relationships. That means right now you're not giving us all the information. Because you, man, you're not ugly. You're okay. You're all right. But till this day, if you are still single, what are you not doing? But this is the question. Because I believe, and I've said this, I can say, well, if you want to meet people, you have to put yourself out there. You cannot be well, you cannot be staying at home every day, or you only leave the house to get groceries. That you try to meet people. Nobody is saying to go to club or bars, but they have social events where you can go to try and meet people. But what time goes in the what you say you did have two serious relationships. That means apart from the two, you have countless others that you do consider serious. Well, so now you are 35, you're 34 years old. Well, that means that this what we are not saying. This one you're not telling out. You are refusing to make it known. So you have to go into details and let us know. Well, I believe till this day, I've always told myself as a man or a woman. Well, let me use men as an example. As a man, you cannot be single. It's a choice. Because I can't complain about being single. I can't complain about being lonely. But in the same bracket, you are staying at home. You're not going to events. No, it's not about going to events. You're never going to social gatherings. You go to salsa dancing. So some small community events where you meet people, you broaden your horizon. Just because you're fine, nobody's going to look for you. And the use of what social media or of dating apps to look for what? To look for a partner. To me, it's just for fact values because it is rare to meet someone what? Excuse me. It is rare to meet someone on a dating app that will be serious because here's the case because most of you women on the dating app don't take it serious. You believe that on the dating app you have options. Why in actual fact you have none? And the same thing here. Because what have you been doing wrong? Uh, After a long while, the question is, it is not your date's fault. You are not at fault. So let us know what have you been doing wrong. Oh shit, my camera's off. Listen to it.
And in April, it was going to be 5 years. And 5 years is half a decade. But April came and April went, and
Wait.
I was still single.
Welcome to the next generation of website creation, Wix Harmony. Get the power of AI and the freedom.
And something in me just shifted. Before that, I was such a romantic. I loved romance movies. My favorites are Bridget Jones's Diary and I Love Emily. And I thought that my Mark Darcy was out there somewhere. But after April, I just completely disconnected from that. I stopped looking at romance like, oh, I need to feel butterflies. I need to feel a spark with someone. And I started looking at it practically like, I need somebody to help me pay bills. I need health insurance. I need somebody to have kids with before it's too late. And wanting a partner for romantic reasons just felt stupid. That's what teenagers want: butterflies, to be romanced. All that stuff is dumb. You could say that I sound jaded, and you'd be right. I was so confused because guys would be interested in me at first, and
Let's break this thing down. Your whole point of romance was Disney fairy tales about movies. That in itself, it is nice to dream. It's nice to what have expectations about trying to compare your life to what movies. That in itself can have been a blocking factor to you. And as you're growing old, you start to see, you begin to see romance as what a means for looking for someone to help you out with your bills and getting stuff. I mean that in itself, is molding your mindset into a way of like you will not meet someone. But how can you tell me as a man I've approached you, you try to explain to me that you're looking for a partner right now for someone to help you pay your bills. Oh, what am I? Am I an ATM? Am I a fucking ATM? No, I am not. And you can see she may not even know it because there's one thing in life you cannot tell your own faults because you believe that you are doing the right thing. You believe that you're in the right space, but you are not. Because you first of all, and as you grow, the fact as you grow, you are now criticizing your past dreams. You are criticizing the fact that you used to see all your fantasy, all your romantic shit from what movies, but now you believe those shit as teenage fantasies, which is funny because that was all what you tried to emulate, and it was still going wrong. But I believe maybe I'm mentioning the whole bigger picture here. Let's see what you have to say.
then they would romantically ghost me. They'd start treating me like I was just an acquaintance. And sometimes I would ask them directly, like, hey, what happened? And they would never tell me. I am neurodivergent. I have ADHD. And one of the things that means is that I don't always pick up on social cues and I need things stated directly. So there was a guy that I liked for a year. He was in a relationship at first. So I just had a crush on him from like afar. And then suddenly he was hanging around me a lot. He was trying to come over. He wanted to go places I was going. Everything just kind of seemed so sudden. And we met up at a party. And because we weren't dating, I danced with another guy. And he completely stopped talking to me after that happened. And I asked him directly multiple times, what happened? And his response was, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so he gaslit me, which is always fun. Years
First of all, that's not gaslighting. That was not gaslighting. But at the same time, she says she's what? Neurodivergent. She have ADHD. How they call it? ADHD. Yeah, that's it. She needs this to be still clear to her. But now this is funny in the sense that, well, how? Well, and at the same time, how are you? Well, I feel like the guy was trying not to hurt her feelings as how most guys do it. You're not interested in her no more. So he ghosted her. She was trying to know the answers, but she was trying so hard. He said nothing wrong. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense towards you. You know that the guy is now the. Of course, the guy likes you. The guy was trying to what? Was trying to date you. Just because I have not made the move. Of course, sometimes it is funny in the sense that So men feel they're entitled to some stuff. At this stage, you're not dating with someone, but at the same, even as how you have things to, you can't see some social cues, but sometimes you are aware of what you did. Well, the fact that you knew that after you danced with the other guy at the party, and not with him, he got what? He stopped talking to you. I could feel that to her point of view, she was trying so hard to make the guy jealous. Because to me, and to this day, I am trying to understand something on you lady's perspective. You like someone, the person is so single, you have gone out, you are dancing with someone else. To what to try and instill jealousy. This thing, this is a it's a double-edged sword. It can happen. It can work in your favor that the guy will feel like you have to step up his game. But right in this day and age, I feel like guys, but it's a stab to your chest as a woman because you're just bringing your own downfall. Because right now, if you have gone out, you both met in the club. You both met in the club because she said that what he has been in his space wherever she is. You see her trying to come over, talking. You can see he was trying to put in effort. You liked him. I'm not saying that because you are getting old, you should be desperate and take anybody in. But from what she's saying, well, you like the guy too from your point of view. So you went to the club or wherever you went to a party. You are dancing. Why would you dance with somebody else? Why the person you like is standing here? First of all, you are growing old. From your point, you say that you are growing old. So why are you trying to play games? Why are you trying to to try to make the guy jealous? It doesn't make sense to me. I like you as a lady. We, we have met at a party. You are standing alone. Why the hell will I move and dance with another girl? What am I trying to do? Like, how does that make sense? First of all, you are running out of time. As you said it. So you go up to him or what? Start talking with him and move on. Because I believe right now, I'll say it again. As a lady, as you're growing old, that the thing that you said that a man must approach you, yes, a man must approach you, it is true. But when you see that the friends are mutual, only that I'm mutual as a lady. Sometimes you have to step up the game, oh, I'm telling you. You have to step it up. And look what you have cost you. He stopped talking to you. No, he ghosted you altogether. You said gaslight. That's not gaslighting. Sometimes some of you bring that you are your own downfall. You don't know this, right? That's because you like someone. You think that by making him jealous, you step up. No, there are people there. If they see that, come on, it's just not worth their time. You'll stop it. You're wondering why. Even if even if you have ADHD, sometimes you understand social cues. You understand what is happening. Yeah, my truth.
Years later, I learned that guys don't like when they're interested in you and you dance with another guy, but I didn't know because for me, technically, we weren't dating. And I had a lot of guy friends at that time. So I thought we were just hanging out. And I incorrectly assumed that if he were interested in me, he would have just told me. Another problem that I had, I would look to
Why assume? You see, what is assumption? What do you assume? If he likes you, he will have told you. What about you? You said you liked him. You see, you believe. See, there's this notion that you believe from your perspective. That's not how things work. Oh. You like someone, you know, when it, no, you liked him. So why were you trying to? Why were you acting up? Oh, was the belief, the notion that you think people will still hover around you when how do I put it? When you're messing up, that doesn't work that way. No way, that doesn't fucking work that way. Oh,
characters on TV and in shows, and I would try to become more like them. But I was becoming the type of woman that I'm attracted to in stories. You know, the cool girl, the manic pixie dream girl, the fun girl, the lovable, socially awkward loser, which are not the type of women that men that I like are actually attracted to. So not only was I not being myself, I wasn't even doing it to my own benefit because that shit was not working. I guess for like a guy, that's like if you really resonated with like, I don't know, John Cena or Dwayne Johnson. That's like if you wanted to get a girl to like you and you started acting like The Rock and saying shit like The Rock would say. But what women want in dating is the Timothy Chalamets and the Ryan Goslings. I think also, like, I just don't like people frequently enough, and I don't really have ways of meeting new partners because all of my hobbies are solo hobbies, and I work from home. My pond is very small. Even if I met someone tomorrow, I'd want to date them for a year before, at least before getting married. And then I'd want to be married for a year at least before getting pregnant. And then I'd have to be pregnant for 9 months. So the earliest I could have a child would be at 37 years old. That is old. And that's if I met someone tomorrow.
Make tax paperwork disappear. Connect to your accounts.
A lot of the same issues that
Dreams and dreams and dreams. You see, you could have said, you could have seen from what she said, the way she acted, the way she behaved. She was trying to imitate characters from movies and stuff, believing that the way she acted, guys will like that. But no, nobody like that shit, bro. It's movies. It's fucking movies, bro. Don't try to bring what you have seen in movies to real life. And that goes to say it again. You try so hard. You are trying so hard. What's the question? You are trying so hard, but do you like that about you? You well, oh, you're making me lose my words. You're making me lose my words. You are trying so hard to what? To act out, to be something that guy don't even like. And what did you, she said that her pawn was is too small. What have I said it before? Expand your pawn, expand your social circle. It's not to say your hobbies are solo hobbies. Expand it. Don't try to stay in your comfort zone. Because from what I am seeing right now, you are in your own bubble. You work from home, you do your solo hobbies, but no, go outside, try to meet people. Join book club. You meet someone you like, but here you are confined in your space, and you are complaining that you are alone. It doesn't work that way. As I've told myself here, look at me. I said, as a man cannot be single. If you are single, that means it is your choices that made you single. Like, I said, this, I'm looking for a girlfriend. Yes, no. This is, I want to build relationships. How will I do it? I need to go out. I can't stay at home all fucking day. I have to go out. I have to join social groups. And from there, I'll meet people like minded like me and I'll move on. And you continue to build it is slowly. Well, you have no time, so but you must not rush, as you said. But that's the whole point. You cannot build your whole life around characters, believing that that's what men like. It's a character. Like trying to be the social awkward girl, to be the cool girl. What? Come on. Are you a teenager? No. You're a grown ass woman. Act like it. Stop trying to base your life off the characters and try to increase your circle. Try to to break out of your bubble. Join social groups and stop this lifestyle. Oh, well, you'll be single forever.
I have in
Oh, my
romance,
device.
I have in friendships. I'm a high context type of person, and most people don't need as much context as I do. If someone says something that bothers me, I tell them, hey, this bothered me. Why did you say that? But if it's the other way around, they don't tell me, they just stop talking to me. It's especially difficult being neurodivergent because a lot of that is just being very direct. I don't necessarily think to say things with a person's feelings in mind. I might just be trying to convey information, and then somebody will read something into my tone, and I'll be like, what tone? And I always thought that people should say what they mean. If they want me to understand something, they should say it. They shouldn't talk around it. I shouldn't have to pick up on context clues. But that's not how humans work. Honestly, I think the bigger issue in friendships for me, though, is I don't have an identity. Most people have like a set identity. You're an athlete, you're a nerd, you're into fitness, you're into music, you're a Ravenclaw. I feel like most people put all their points into one skill tree, you know? Me, I'm like, put 3 points into magic, 2 points into strength, 1 point into stealth, 2 more points into charisma. I'm not maxed out in anything. I like some anime. I read some manga. I like watching science videos on YouTube. I like reading smut. I'm not really into movies. The other day, my mom was complaining about how she didn't like that Netflix knew that she was a black woman based on what she was getting recommended. And I was curious as to what my algorithm thought about me, and it was all over the place. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just have very diverse interests, and I always have.
No, from this point, there's nothing wrong in having diverse interests. No, no, no. You see, this this is the whole point. It's not about trying to what, trying to make yourself fit into the pot so someone will like you. No, if you are trying to change yourself so that you be liked by someone, that you are what? What's the word I'm looking for? You are not being helpful to yourself. You are not being you are not what- you're not trying to make yourself happy. No, no, that's just wrong. Having a lot of interest, there's nothing wrong with that. Loving anime, loving this, you are what? You are trying to broaden knowledge. Your interest is everywhere, which is good. You being direct, there's nothing wrong with being direct, but at the same time, you have to understand that no, not everyone can take it. Just because you are neurodivergent doesn't mean doesn't mean give you the right to talk some way. Yes, because some people are there, they can't take it. As you said, women sometimes humans like to go around the like to go around, like to beat like to what? Like to beat around the bush. Yes. So here I am here to tell you, just because you have a lot of interest, just because you are not in one genre like Raven, like like fitness, what you are unique as how you are. You are not supposed to what your interest is what you like. But just because your interests are everywhere does not mean you can't find someone. If you're not ready to go out to look for someone, yes. If you're not ready to put yourself out there, because the fact that you are more knowledgeable about some stuff is a point to you. But from where I'm saying you are trying to give more excuses out. Because you are telling excuses because all these are they're all points to you. To me, there's nothing wrong with this shit. You like anime, you like watching scientific, you like to read smart. That are your interest. They are your interest. You see, the whole point of meeting your partner, to, to me, I'm not trying to look for. If I find someone, I have a lot of interest, I have something interest, our interest align is good for me. But at the same time, if I find you, everything's alright with me. We like ourselves, our interests are not aligned. It's okay. It's not about trying to find someone. You're trying so hard to find someone that fits in your boots, that fits the part of what you're doing. That's the whole point. It's like I look at your carbon copy. That's not how this works. A relationship is both about what? Comprom- if I say compromise, so in just a compromises, yes, you are supposed to what? Understand yourself. You find a middle ground. But the fact that of course, if I like listening to what if I get into country songs, if I find someone who like country songs, it's a plus. But because I like country songs and my babe like like pop, like rock and roll, doesn't mean shit to me. Doesn't mean nothing. Because there are a lot of points that you will see. So stop trying to what? Stop trying to base the fact that you being alone, you not having a relationship is because you have a lot of interest. To me, that's a nice point. Because you have a lot of things to talk about. Because me speaking to you will let me know that you are interest everywhere. You're body everywhere. As you said, your skill points are everywhere. You are a jack of all trades, but master of none. That's what that's all it's about. So sometimes give
But
yourself kudos.
most people aren't like that. Most people start heading in a direction when it comes to their interests. Then they
Hmm.
meet people with similar interests. They listen to the same music, they dress the same way, they have the same hobbies. That never happened with me because I always get bored. I can be really into something for 3 months and then be like, all right, what's next? I just don't really fit in anywhere. I'm like some type of pentagonal Venn diagram or something. And when you're always hopping from interest to interest, you're hopping from group to group, so you're not able to really build those long term connections with people. And then a lot of the times where I do build like a strong connection with people, there's some aspect of it that makes it temporary in a way. Like when you and a person are working at the same job, and then all of a sudden you switch jobs. You were in an environment where you were talking to this person or seeing this person regularly every single day, but now you're not. And that time that you were spending with that person is completely replaced with something else. Now, if you want to see this person, you got to go out of your way to see this person. You can't just walk over to the desk and be like, hey, you want to go grab lunch? Or as you're leaving, you can't like stop by your cars and like talk for 30 minutes. You're not in the same world anymore. You don't know the same people. The stories that you're telling from work don't have the same impact because they don't know who you're talking about. You got to set the stage for them. And you could probably do it at first, but it gets harder and it starts to test the friendship. During the pandemic, I was making a lot of friends at the dog park in my apartment complex. And it was all because we were all working from home and we all had dogs. So we could spend like 30 minutes to an hour in the dog park just like talking to each other. But once the world opened back up, people's social circles shifted. They're back doing stuff at work. People moved. Like I said, you keep up with those people at first originally, but as time goes on, those relationships with those people kind of fade. Speaking of jobs, I've been unemployed for 5 months.
Nah, nah, bro. You see, it's like all relationships are built. They're hollow. No, I can understand that at my workplace because there's one word we have work friends. It's called work friends. That means the lot of time we speak on is based on what we are at work. If we leave work, they will speak. We don't speak at all because I have a different circle. I have my own circle. But there's one thing again. When you meet someone that you click at your workplace, you feel like you want to build a relationship out of your work. You can do it. But from what you are saying, it's like you are just trying to find interest. Like I guess take this my water bottle for example. We are all working at the same job. My water bottle. We are speaking. I'm contented because I see my water bottle Monday to Friday. My weekends are for myself. And every time we speak together at a lunch. But here's the case. What about out of work? If I am complaining that I want to make more relationship, I want to have more friends. See, well at the moment, my water boy is just my work friend. It's my work colleague. There's nothing involved. So if I want to what proceed this what this if I want to make this connection more tighter in the sense that we can talk about things, not that's not pretend to owe you our business. That's not pretend to owe you what work gossip. That means you have to put in more effort. Yes. Just because your friend your work friends moved out of what they change job doesn't mean you cannot be friends. This was more interesting. If a relationship is more strong as you believe, if you have cultivated that shit, that is when you can meet up, you can speak, you, you have more things to talk about, more things to gist about. But from what you're saying, you were happy in the sense that I meet them, whether it's the dog, those to the dog, you meet them at the park, you talk, you build connection, but the connection ends after you leave the park. That means you don't meet up. Your only point of interest is because you have dogs. That means you have not tried to extend the relationship. I mean, from what you are saying, no, it's like you are first of all you are going up the hill. You like it, but you have kept a blockade. You are not trying so hard to what to try to know the person. It's like my whole point of knowing this fucking water bottle is because we all work at the same place. After work, they meet them. And right now, I have work colleagues. It's called work colleagues. Some of my work colleagues will meet out of work. And that is that's building friendship. And suppose are there, we don't meet. Suppose are there at work, we can talk for long hours, but that's it. After work, they don't text them. It's all choices and what choices. If I want to have the both message with someone, I'll put in the effort. Because to me right now, Of course, I believe burden about cultivation about relationship, but it's a joint thing. It's an effort thing. If I'm pushing it, you have to push it. But here's the case: I have not even tried. You have not tried. So how will it work? Because you are complaining, you're giving excuses. You see, because you want something, but you're not trying to build. You are saying that you lose interest easily. It's not about losing interest easily. It's because you are fed up. You don't want to do it. If you met someone that you like someone that have the same interest as you, I can say this: if I like someone and they like listening to what rock and roll, and what there's a concert going on, they ask me to go with them. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'll say no. The fact that your company is there is more than enough. You don't have to understand what's going around there. And but you are giving excuses. That's not how this works. Sometimes you have to compromise from yourself. If you actually like the person, if you are willing to build up, as you grow, you begin to see what you begin to see how that you made all those together, you made them together. But here you are with excuses, baby girl.
I got
Ah,
laid off from my last job because we lost a big contract and like a third of the company lost their jobs. So it wasn't personal. I've been applying, and the jobs that are calling me back are all below a living wage. And I can tell you up front, I am not financially ambitious. I don't plan on being a millionaire. It sounds very stressful, actually. I really only need enough money to live, to pay my bills, save for retirement, go out for a nice dinner every once in a while, buy a bottle of wine once a week. That's really it. I'm not trying to travel, a whole bunch or buy a Mercedes. I drive a Kia. I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I just want to feed my dog and buy a bubble bath. And feeling like I have to go to a soul sucking job just to maintain that very basic lifestyle feels so draining. When I was in college, I went to school for fine arts.
first of all, no, from the way she's speaking, I believe I know she have already given up. She have given up. She have given up to her faith. She's no more interested in what relationship. She believes if it happens, it happens. You see, I'm an extreme believer of what I don't believe in external factors. I believe in internal factors. I'm an internal local person. Like everything is happening to me in life. I believe I have a hand in it. If I've not gone down this path, it will not have happened. I believe that every shit that will happen to me, I have to work towards it. The fact that from your tone, you're fully giving up. Yes, from what you're saying, now you're looking for. Yes, I said you're not ambitious. It's not about being ambitious there. It's about what? Trying to what? Maximize the best for yourself. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with trying to what? To live comfortable. There's nothing wrong with trying to be average. We're all human. Not everyone can be great. Yes, not everyone can be great. Not everyone can be awesome. But here's the case: the fact that you have given up in yourself, the fact that you have given up and you're complaining again. You see, I'm in the notion that when you have accepted to be average, when you have accepted to what to be nothing, please don't complain. Don't fucking complain. To me, if you start to complain and you are not willing to change it, then why do you complain? Yes, because right I'm going off the rails. Yes, but you want to do this, you want to do that. You have to put in the work. Put in the work. Stop trying to make excuses. And for the last time, let me see why this is going because I'm about to end this video. She's pissing me off. Fucking pissing me off. My
I
throat
wanted
is
to be a
killing me.
graphic novelist or an animator at Disney or a storyboard artist. I loved storytelling and I wanted to learn the artistic skills to be able to do that. And you know what I imagined my life would be like? I thought, I'd work in an office and I'd have colleagues. We'd all talk and make friends. Mostly, I pictured my office looking like the office from Just Shoot Me. I know nobody has to remember that. It's super obscure. It's from the 90s. That was my first introduction to David Spade. Probably for the rest of you, the only
Hey, why didn't you do it? Then why didn't you do it? No, no, you see, you never believed in your dreams. Yes, never believed in it. You never had hope. Yeah, but from now I'm seeing, you gave up midway. You gave up midway. You gave up because there's nothing wrong with you find out. To me, if you have the skills, you are interested in storytelling. Why don't you do it yourself? Because that platform right now, you're on one platform. You're on YouTube. Use the YouTube to showcase your skills. When it's rich somewhere, they'll come and find you. See, I'm a firm believer of that. What if you have not tried? If you have not given it your all, you will never see what you're capable of. I saw one video on TikTok. I forgot who said it. No, on Instagram. If you give yourself a chance, you'll begin to realize how many talents are hidden within you. Because you cannot, as I say, Rome was not built in one day. You cannot figure out everything in a single day, in a single setting. Because right now, as I'm doing this video, you can hear sometimes my voice, it's going haywire, up and down. But I'm still doing it either way. But I will not stop. You have to go it over and over again in a period of time. As someone have said, when you're fooling around, you fooled around for years. So when you're trying to discover yourself, when you're trying to what, go into your gym, give yourself that ample time. What's wrong with that? Let me see what you have to tell me.
Only thing you know about David Spade, which you probably might not have even known, is that he's the voice of Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove. But, I thought I'll get a degree, I'll get a good paying job, I'll work with other creative people, and everything will just work out. I genuinely thought that that's what adult life was going to look like. But what I did not realize was that I was a neurodivergent introvert with ADHD. I wanted to work in an office
Shit.
environment that requires you to not be those things. My nature was not compatible with the life that I was trying to build. And I didn't really figure that out until I had already graduated and started working. I am fundamentally incompatible with office environments. Work is not intuitive to me. Like I said before, I need a lot of context before I can fully grasp.
Says who? No, says who? You see, do you know my nature? No, do you know my nature? Till this day, every day I make a video, I always laugh to myself. Do you know why? I said there's no fucking way I'm making a fucking video. Because I've told myself I'm camera shy, bro. I am what? I am shy of the fucking camera. I don't want to make a video. I said, what? Also criticize me. You criticize what I'm saying, how I speak. But sometimes I'm not coherent. Yes, but here I am. Your nature says so. you see, every day as I'm watching you, baby girl, oh shit, sister, you understand what a human being is capable of. Your nature. Who said it's your nature? An introvert? You see, you have no for 34 years. You have not put in. You have not tried to change. No, you have not tried to adapt. No change. Because as a human being, you can adapt. That is the whole point of being human. But stuff like that. Excuse me. You can adapt because you see, that pissing me off. You see, sometimes you guys you believe so much in medical say that you love to put identity on yourself because you already believe that you are an introvert, you are no divergent, and you're what ADHD. That will not stop you. So you are telling me all those all the disabled people, if they have accepted that situation, was supposed to have been doing what disabled people. We don't complain. A woman that was born without no hands, so she's down with her legs. She's cooking with she's using what her feet as hands. If she has given up, if she has accepted her nature, will she be able to do it? You see, you have both hands, you have both legs. You, you can't understand social cues. Then you will learn. You will learn. Oh, sometimes how I see stuff on. Well, to me, to this day, when you tell me that you have ADHD, you cannot, you procrastinate a lot. You are doing this a lot. I said you are not ready to change. You're not ready to better yourself. Because why are you complaining? You see, the fact that you use the word nature to what your nature. First of all, you have fully accepted it. You are not willing to change. You are fully giving up. Like you are introvert. You are. You see, sometimes the words you use at yourself, that chains that are pulling you down. You know my nature. Till this, therefore, I told myself, I can be whatever I want to be. Listen to me. I can be whatever I want to be, but if I am willing to put in the work, have you seen it? I can be whatever I want to be. That in itself is a broad sentence. That's a, you can say some arrogant statement, but in the same time, I've penned it down. If I am willing to put in the work, it's a reminder I can be whatever I want to be in this world. Nothing can stop me. But if I am willing to put in the work, the put in the work is a clause. It's a statement, it's a phrase that's there to reinforce me, to let me know that nothing is out of my grasp in this earth. Nothing. But if I am willing what to put in the work, and what if I'm willing to study, if I'm willing what to put in my hard and what effort, let me say I can achieve it. Nothing. You have been working and you found out that you are no divergent. Then try to adapt. You see, the fact that you have not tried to adapt it in the whole, but you are complaining about it. That's the whole point. That's what's pissing me off. Oh,
grasp a project. If somebody says, Brianna, I need you to build a house, I have questions. What type of house? Do you want a townhouse? Do you want a single family home? 1 story? 2 stories?
of course, it's normal question. Build a house. What all this you're asking is a normal question. I've seen it again. You are using what knowing that your whole nature as what as an excuse not to do some stuff. Of course, I used to fucking build me a house. What kind of house? It's not a question you ask. You see, the analogy I'm making is not making sense. Yo, get me get me water. Do you want a cold one or a warm one or start to tap water? It's as easy as that. So Brian,
How
what are you
you
talking
make
about?
money. I feel like managers want you to just intuit the needs of the company, of the business, of them, of the job, and they kind of want you to just read their minds. They give you an assignment and they want you to just go off and make it happen. But I can't do that. Something else I hate.
Yo, excuse me, but where have you been working? They gave you a task. If it's not an easy task that you have to know what's happening, ask them. You can't ask your manager, but you see, once again, you are using your nature. I should be an introvert. You don't want to ask them questions. You don't have to ask them what they have asked you to do. So you are wondering whether you have to read minds. You see, right now your nature is holding you back. I said it. Your fucking nature, it has been holding you back all this while. Brianna, sometimes you as yourself, you are the engineer of your own downfall. You may not know it. You have seen it as if well, as an AGA person, you sometimes you ask questions. And you're a woman too. Oh, oh,
Is
Shibo.
office politics that are at play. When you see it on TV, all that drama and office hijinks seems like fun until you're in it and it's your job that's on the line that is paying you for your lifestyle. Then it's horrifying. I've been in situations where I had a terrible manager who
Okay.
I was afraid to say anything about because I was afraid that I was going to get fired or I was going to get in trouble. The worst manager I ever had called me a hoe in a team meeting. So I'm going to set the scene. My manager was a black woman, which I would have thought so much more of her for her to put me, another woman, in this situation.
Yo. Now. I'm regretting. She said she's the type of person. If something's bothering her, she'll say it. You guys have you heard that right? She said if something was bothering her, she'll say it. Now you are telling me that you had a manager that was that was a very bad manager to you, but you were scared to say something. I thought you were what? I thought you were a very direct person. If something is bothering you, you say it. You want context, but you could understand the social cues that if you fucked up, no what? This whole thing is all wrong. But if you fucked up, you have lost your job. Do you see how you were able to adapt to that shit? You saw how you adapted to that shit because Your livelihood was at risk. It is wrong. But you have seen your nature is nothing when you are scared, right? When you believe that your life is at risk. So you could have changed. You could have what? Adapted. But the fact that you were able to adapt because you were scared that your manager, well, because he was a bad person, as from what you're saying, could have what? Could have fucked you up. You adapted. You kept quiet, which was wrong from your point of view. It is very wrong. But the fact that you're able to adapt is telling me that you you are you yourself are at fault, not because of your manager, for where you are.
And there were two other people present. One was a 50-year-old Pakistani man, and the other was a black guy who was around my age. We had actually went to middle school together. His girlfriend actually got me that job. Just for some backstory, I had gone on a date with somebody at the job. This was the only person at the job that I had ever gone on a date with. The whole rest of the time this manager knew me, I had a boyfriend. We weren't even talking about this. We weren't even talking about the guy. I don't remember what was being said, but in the meeting, she called me a hoe in front of these two guys. And the 50-year-old Pakistani man just burst out laughing. I don't even think he had a complete grasp on the English language, but he knew what a hoe was, and he thought that shit was hilarious. I never heard this man laugh in my life. He was super stoic, didn't show any emotions, just kind of gave a blank stare all the time. And to this day, I do not know if he was laughing out of discomfort or if he agreed with her or if he was shocked, but he was really laughing. And that's the type of shit that I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that. I know you're probably thinking like, well, did you tell anyone? First of all, this lady had both her hands cupping in the back pockets, cupping the booty of our director. My director loved her. I just wasn't trying to put the spotlight on me. I was already struggling with the work as it is. Even though I had two witnesses there, I didn't feel comfortable. And then it's like I tell them,
You see, as I tell me this story, you, you see, that's some bullshit coming from you. Not that the story is not wrong, but the fact that you told me that you said that if they say something to you, if something is bothering you, you say, why didn't you say it? No, why didn't you say it? You see, uh, right now, it was wrong what they did to you, but why didn't you say it? Tell me. Baby girl, why didn't you say it? Because you knew they could have fucked you up. You could have lost your job. You see, the reason that I told you right now, your nature and shit. Your nature and shit, you could have changed. It's true, sometimes you could have changed. Sometimes the work environment is bad. Work politics is not good at all. If you don't like it, you can leave. That's understandable. But from what you have shared, you have told me right now, is giving me that if you're willing, if you're willing to put in the work, you could have been better. You could have been great. You could have what adapted. You could have found the balance in yourself that you can have more relationship outside. But no, you decided to become. You see it. You decided to let your nature dictate what you want to do.
my boss
Really?
and I tell that she called me a hoe in this team meeting, she's not going to get fired. She'll probably get slap on the wrist. She'll get reprimanded, and then she'll still
Right?
be my fucking boss. So
So
I started looking for another job and I got the fuck up out of there. That's the type of shit that I am not eager to go back to. I had an interview 2 weeks ago. I was hoping to God they wouldn't call me back, and they haven't. And I just feel a weird mix of relief and disappointment, melancholy. You know, I at least wanted them to want me. I wanted to reject them, not the other way around. Also, when it comes to work, like, I cannot work in an environment where it feels like people can like just watch me and see what I'm doing. I hate when I'm working in an environment where people are walking behind me a lot. I can literally hear and feel the presence of every single person walking behind me, and it gives me so much anxiety. And I'd go to my managers and I'd say,
like, duh, I did something wrong. Like, no, no. I said it over again. You're not giving me excuses, fool. You are not even trying to hide it now. You are just saying shit that You are trying to comfortable at your workplace. Yes. Do you know what, Bree? Do you know what? It's your life, your choices that have led you here. And right now, I'm making it a point in this video to stop reacting to you. Yes. But if I continue right now, I'm I must see the D word back. If I continue right now, I'm going to crash out. Free, I'm going to crash out. But I feel like you are a strong woman, you're a strong, independent black woman. You can do shit, you put your mind into it, but you're messing up. And you know what? I like my peace. I enjoy my peace. And not a video is going to spoil my fucking peace this evening. So do you know what? Thanks to everyone for watching me. I'll put the link to the whole video. If you want to watch it, you can go and watch it. But right now, I'm telling you, I am out. Once again, thank you for watching me,
Say hey.
and thank you for watching me. Good night.